सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव अवशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Very nice. Now the mantras are coming out as though you are eating your food. Yeah. Maitreyi iti hovacha Yajnavalkyaha Udyasyan. What's next after that? I gave away my thing. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah. Udyasyan Va are aham Asmat sthanadasmi Hanta hantate Anaya Katyayanyantam Karavaniti Sahovacha Maitreyi Yannuma iyam bhagaha Sarva prithvi Vittena purna syat Katham Tena Amrita syamiti Na iti hovacha Yajnavalkyaha Yatha eva Upakarnavatam Jeevitam Tathaiva te Jeevitam syat Amritatvasya tu Na asha asti Vittena iti Sahovacha Maitreyi Yenaham Na amritasyam Kimaham tena kuryam Yadeva bhagavan Veda Tadeva me Bruhi iti. Nice to chant and repeat, no? Yeah, you feel like you're in the text. Yeah. So this much we have seen so far, along with the Vartika. And what have we seen? That Yajnavalkya wants to push off. Where does he want to go? For a holiday. Huh? No, not for a permanent holiday. From all duties, from all kinds of responsibilities. And why does he want a permanent holiday from all kind of responsibilities? So that he can live the life of a sannyasi, a sannyasin. Why to live the life of a sannyasin? So that one can uninterruptedly contemplate and meditate upon the nature of the I as free from sorrow, free from pain, free from all afflictions. This is why to go away. Yeah. And sometimes one wants to go away because one had a fight with a roommate. That is also a kind of a vairagya. Or with a significant other. That is also a kind of vairagya. But that kind of vairagya does not last. It lasts only for 5-10 minutes. The roommate brings a flower and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, here, come back." Significant other sends some roses, and then, significant other sends one rose. And then what? Then you are bought off. Yeah. Then you come back. Then what happens? Next day again some fight will happen. Yeah. That's why I said rose, because it happens rose. Yeah. This is what happens. So then this is what is samsara. Make up and then break up. And then make up and then break up. Then in this situation, even though you are studying about Atma all the time, that knowledge is not going in. Yeah. You are coughing it up. Yeah. It goes back to the, to all the, in the hearts of all the teachers the knowledge resides, because one is not able to do Shravanam, one is not able to receive this knowledge. And so therefore, the need for a different kind of vairagya is talked about here with great clarity. And this vairagya means going away from one's wealth. Sannyasi has no bank balance. No bank balance. And nobody is sending monthly stipend. No stipend. And no health insurance. Yeah. If you get sick, somebody will take you to hospital. Nothing like that. Yeah. And no insurance for old age. That let me go and see a few old age homes, which one I like best, and then I'll go stay there. And Gurukulams don't allow. That is, they are not old age homes. Yeah. People would write to Pujya Swamiji, I have finished all my responsibilities. Now I am having some bronchial problems, liver problems, heart problems, BP is there, hypertension is there. I want to come to the Gurukulam. Swamiji would say, no, stay where you are. Because this is not this is not sannyasa. This is not that kind of a vairagya. Vairagya means you and the sky. Yeah. Are you able to go stand in the sky and not, dare to do that without wanting anything other than the ability to just be in the glory of what the teaching teaches is your nature? This Yajnavalkya, this Rishi was ready. And what is the protocol? I'm just catching you up because you missed last 2 days and they missed yesterday afternoon. So this is a little catch up, okay? So we are all on the same page. Then we can take off. So now, the protocol means the custom. The established custom is that even if you want to run away, you can't run away because you have a connection with relationships. You are married, you are a father, you are a mother, you can't just say, bye, I'm off. What do you have to do? You have to take permission from the wife, permission from the children, from the kids, to say, I really have this desire to go away, please support me, please help me go away. And then some of the wives will say, what? No way. Then you can't go. If the children say, Dad, Mom, no, you can't go, then you can't go. So Yajnavalkya, is he has two wives. And somebody said, Anandagiri in his Tika says, maybe that's why he wanted to leave the Grihastha, because he had two wives. Even one wife is hard to manage, because, some sage like Yajnavalkya, he is always thinking of Atma. He will have missed many birthdays of Katyayani and Maitreyi, both of them. He won't remember birthday, anniversary, all these things. He will not be giving flowers and chocolates and all. He will not be bringing. Yeah, he is not fit for this world. This is the thing. And so, but they are not going to stop complaining. They are going to say, what is this? Last birthday also you missed. This birthday also you missed. Where is my diamond ring? Where is my Kanjivaram sari? Where is this? And Anandagiri, one Tikakara. Just like Vartikakara, we have one Tikakara. Tikakara means Anandagiri. He's written the best Tikas. And Tika means little footnote to the Bhashya. And so he says, no wonder even one wife, one dharma of husband and wife is difficult to manage. Imagine if, imagine Draupadi's life, how five husbands she managed. Nobody knows. She is the greatest, karma yogi of all times. Our Draupadi. Five husbands, even one husband to please. It takes a whole lifetime to find out what he wants. And then 5 fellows to manage. How to do? Very difficult. And then, and then similarly, Yajnavalkya, two wives. No wonder he said, Udyasyan, I'm pushing off darlings. Here is my wealth. Do what, have fun. Yeah. But, that is not correct. I think Anandagiri was just saying that as a joke. But Yajnavalkya was not like that. He didn't want to leave. He did not have the kind of vairagya that one has when one has a fight with a friend or a significant other. No. His was a true vairagya where he knew what he had studied, and he also knew that there was a gap between what he had studied and his behavior in life. I know I am Brahman, but I still get angry. I know I am Brahman, but I still get frustrated. I know I am Brahman, but I am still disappointed. I know I am Brahman, but I still don't like half the people in the world. So, this is the reason he said that there is a little gap, and that gap is a gap of not a gap of not knowing. He knew the Atma, he knew himself, but it was a gap of bridging the space between one's knowledge and one's bhavana, behavior. So this is, so sannyasa here, his sannyasa, there are many kinds of sannyasas. You want me to tell you what kinds are there? Yeah. Most of the sannyasa that is taken is called Vividisha sannyasa. Vividisha means what? Veditum ichha vividisha san pratyaya. Desiderative, formation. And Veditum ichha. Veditum ichha means what? The desire to eat. Yeah? Desire to drink. Veditum ichha means what? Desire to know. With to know. So, mumuksha, same thing. Desire to be free. Jijnasa, all this is the same desiderative formation. Desire to know. Jnatum ichha, jijnasa. Veditum ichha, vividisha. Moktum ichha, Mumuksha, not mumukshu. Mumukshu is the one who has this ichha. So the one who is endowed with this ichha is mumukshu. Moktum ichha, mumuksha. Say it loudly, I know you know Sanskrit. Don't get all shy on me. Yeah, I don't bite, you know that also. Yeah. See, they have survived 2 days. Nothing has happened to them. Then, bodhum ichha. What is that? Bubhutsa. Bodhum ichha. Same like veditum ichha. Bhoktum ichha. Not to be confused with bhoktum ichha. Bubhuksha. Don't get confused between bubhutsa and bubhuksha. Bhoktum ichha at 1 o'clock, lunchtime. Yeah, not now. Now it should only be moktum ichha, veditum ichha, mumuksha, vividisha, and then what? Bodhum ichha, bubhutsa. Okay? Yeah. So this sannyasa is called veditum ichha, the desire to know, because when you're in the family life, there is not enough space to know, because you're a mother, you're a father, you're a brother, sister, you're a daughter, you're a son, and everybody is pulling you to be a certain way. No, you're my child, you have to be like this, you have to eat this. And even the Prime Minister of India is not free, because after his, re-election, he went and, he himself is in his 60s, 67 or something, and 66, 67 years old. Then he went and visited his Amma. Amma is 96 years old. And then Amma wants to feed him one big laddu larger than his mouth. Because this is what she did all her life. Okay? And so here, Prime Minister of India goes to visit his Amma. And the Amma doesn't see him as Prime Minister of India at all. What does she see him as? Her baby. Not even as a 67-year-old, Vriddha. No. For her, she is his baby. And she forces him to lie down on his lap. This is national TV. They are recording. All thing is being recorded. And we have this video. She is patting him on the head. And then he's clearly very uncomfortable, because he thinks, what is the whole world thinking? This is going viral. This kind of video is going viral. Not only in India we will tolerate anything, but it is going all the way everywhere. In India we say, oh, how nice, he's going to see his mummy. No problem. But this video is going everywhere. And then so, with great difficulty, he comes out from the lap, from the head. And then she has this big laddu ready, size of Tirupati laddu. And she shoves the whole thing in his mouth. And at that time, and these reporters also, they have to have some sensitivity. But no, at that time the reporter sticks the mic and says, how does it feel to be with a mother? And he goes, that's all he's able to say. So you see, even you can be the Prime Minister of India, still you're not, you're not free of the role of being, what? A baby to the mother. Mother may be 97, you may be, 66, doesn't matter. That is why this is Vividisha Sannyasa Veditum Ichha, where you declare to the world that I'm going away to gain this knowledge. This is what the whole thing is. This is one form of sannyasa. Most of the sannyasas come under this form. Okay? Then we have a small percentage, a very small percentage of sannyasa, like the kind taken by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Or another case in point is sage Yajnavalkya, which is called Vidvat sannyasa, second kind of sannyasa. Very small amount of people, very few people will take. It is called Vidvat sannyasa, means the person already knows and is just going there just because it is a natural outcome of this knowing is to just leave everything. Things are not forcibly dropped, they naturally drop away, and the person just goes off to the forest. Like even Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, his mother gave him some money because some guests were coming. She said, go to the shop and buy some things and come back. And he just left. And then 3 days later, his brother discovered him with the 8 annas still in his hand, meditating just like that in some cave, And he refused to come home. He said, what for? He said, here, this is mother's money, give it back to her. So this is Vidvat Sannyasa. He already knew. How did he know? He had already studied in the last life with gurus, and there was just a little shishta prarabdha, a little bit of prarabdha left. So then this is these two and sage Yagyamalkya here. These are shining examples of Vidvat Sannyasa. Then there is another kind of sannyasa called Bahudaka. Bahudaka sannyasa, where the person, as a vrata, a very interesting vrata. Vrata means like a sadhana. Goes and makes it a point to stay by a body of water, like a river or the ocean, and doesn't move from there whether there is flooding or anything. Any kind of inimical, tsunami may come, but they just live there and give up the body there. Bahudaka sannyasa. Then the last form, the second last form, there is one more. Then the second last one is called Kutichaka sannyasa. Kutichaka. Kutichaka means the person is not well enough to go and live by themselves. Let's say they have some chronic heart problem, or they have some digestive issues, or some dangerous kind of illness, which prevents them from just saying me and the sky and then going off somewhere. So then, but their family members, let's say the children, the spouse, etc., they have permitted them to lead the life of a sannyasi. So what do? They build them a little kutia in the compound or somewhere near, take care of them, give them food and everything, but let them lead their lives. This is very ideal. You get the care and the love of the home people, yet you are left alone to contemplate and study. So this is what is called Kutichaka sannyasa. Vanaprastha is very different. I'll talk about it. Yeah. So then this is actual sannyasa. Vanaprastha, you don't take sannyasa. I'll come to that. Then the final, the final form of sannyasa is what is that? Apat sannyasa. Apat sannyasa means, like emergency sannyasa. Is that a possibility? Yes, because sannyasa is a new birth. And so, supposing somebody is diagnosed with a terminal illness, or somebody knows they have very little time to live, and the doctors have given up, let's say stage 4 cancer, doctor has given up, doctor says only 2 more months to live, 1 more month to live, or let's say they have come under the car or some truck, very bad accident, they are gasping for breath, it is very clear that they will not survive. And then they can just say, even without all these other forms of sannyasa, another sannyasi has to come and give the sannyasa mantra and all the vows, and then you take. But apat sannyasa is DIY, do it yourself sannyasa. You don't even require, because when you're dying, where will some sannyasi appear? And you don't have time to call somebody also. So you just say, I am giving myself the blessing of this sannyasa. You bless yourself. And then you say, I give up everything. And I am going to lead the life of a sannyasi even for the last few minutes of my life. Because the belief is that if you die a sannyasi, you're not born again. That's a very big catch. It's a valid form of sannyasa. But there is a little catch. What is the catch? If you survive, because sometimes, many times you do. Suddenly stage 4 cancer becomes stage 0 cancer, and we have seen this. I have myself seen this in my life. And then the person survives, then you're supposed to go to another guru, sannyasi, and get this sannyasa ratified, validated. And get the clothes properly, and then, you need not go through all the rituals because you've already gone, but you get the clothes and a blessing and a name from another elder, guru. This is Shankaracharya is Apat Sannyasa example, because the crocodile catches the leg in the river, and then what happens, and the mother, everybody comes on the bank helplessly, the water is turning red around this little 9-year-old boy, and then everybody is upset, mother is looking on helplessly, and he says, "Mom, give me permission for sannyasa." He had already asked earlier. But what had mother said? No, absolutely not. And then she says, okay. And then suddenly the crocodile says bye-bye. Crocodile respects sannyasis. It says, oh, now he's a holy man, I can't bite this holy boy. It leaves and goes in search of other food. And then the story is this, that another sannyasi, this we see in the Digvijaya, in the biography of Adi Shankara, that upstream another sannyasi was washing his clothes, and the Angavastra, the orange Angavastra, slips his hand, goes in the wave, and then envelops this boy, the orange cloth. Then he comes out, of course the leg is terrible, he's after all a small boy, 8-9 years old, he's crying, and then the mother puts him on the lap, bandages the leg, and they give him some herbs, everything, and then he feels a little better, And then, the mother says, come, I'll give you some hot milk at home. He says, I'm a sannyasi, I can't go home. No, but that was just then. This is now. No. Apat sannyasa is also what? Sannyasa. Then he goes off to Madhya Pradesh in search of his guru. He just goes off, traveling like that. And this is in my own life, I have seen that, one person survived Apat Sannyasa. He was very, very sick, newly married, birthing. And then he took Apat Sannyasa. And then after that what? The wife was following him around everywhere because she didn't know what to do. And he survived this illness. Then, finally he went to the guru to, get this sannyasa ratified. He was ready to fulfill this. And then the guru saw the wife and said, what to do with her? You have to either get, usko samjhana padega, you have to make her understand. And then she has to go. Or you have to defrock. Defrock means give up the sannyasa and then go with her. And then, he chose the latter because there was great love between them. And then, that is also a possibility. You can give up the sannyasa anytime. That is there. So, it's not a nice thing to do because the sannyasa comes with a lot of blessing. So, now we have 5 kinds of sannyasa, correct? So, then which kind did Yajnavalkya take? Yajnavalkya sannyasa is what? Vidvat sannyasa. And so, then, Maitreyi is very much herself, a Vidushi. Vidushi is the feminine of Vidvan. And she herself is very well, after all, living with him for so many years, she herself has learned so much. And then when he says, I'm going to give you wealth, what does she say? You keep the wealth to yourself, reminding us of Nachiketa in the Katha Upanishad. Tavaiva Vahaha Tavandritya Gite. Keep your wealth, keep your musicians, keep your Vahanas, all celestial vehicles, all the wealth you keep. Give me this knowledge. She also says the same thing. Who wants this wealth? And then the word Vittam in Sanskrit means wealth, and also the ultimate wealth, which is what? Wealth of knowledge. And that's where we had stop, And in the Vartika, now we are going to do the, Vartika, there where she says, Ananta Vitto hi Bhavan Antavaddiyate kutaha. Anantavitto hi bhavan antavaddiyate kutaha asatah kidrisham danam sadevatah pradiyatam. You know, she says to the husband, this is very funny. You're a funny kind of a fellow because you possess limitless wealth, fully, completely limitless wealth you are possessing. And then what are you giving to me? You're giving to me that which comes to an end. You possess the knowledge of limitlessness, you possess the infinite knowledge of I as infinite, Amritatvam, which is never coming to an end, which is one Swarupa. You possess that, and yet you are giving me money, which is what? Which is gone. Yeah. Try having some money. See how quickly it goes. Yeah. By the time you go to the market, it is gone. One trip to the market, finished. And everything costs more than you think it does. And then the government, economists will say inflation. Yeah, inflation means what? Money is so funny that it has to be protected from itself. Yeah. That's why you have to invest it and you have to do things to it and you have to keep making sure it grows. Because it doesn't grow. Not only does it not grow on trees, it doesn't grow, period. Yeah. It is dead. It is finite. And you're giving me this asat, this dead body you're giving me, and you are just taking away that wealth which is infinite. So asataha kidrisham danam, what kind? You're giving me asat. And the sat of the Satchidananda you are keeping to yourself. So stop giving me this false gift. And then he feels a little apologetic. Yeah. He says, well, I was just following the protocol. I was just following the custom. What is the custom? He feels like he has to defend himself. Poor fellow. She puts him on the defensive. So what does he say? He says, I was just following the protocol, the customary things. What is the custom? The custom is, those who are prepared for this knowledge. Shastra says, give them the knowledge. The rest of them, what else to give? Give them money, give them some, some gifts. Make them feel good, give them a hug. So the hug, the money, and kind words, all these things are for people who are not ready for this knowledge. So the one who is ready for the knowledge is called mumukshu, correct? Mumukshu, right? And so the one who is not ready for this knowledge is amumukshu. You what is that? You negate the whole word mumukshu by putting the nanj pratyaya, amumukshu. So in his defense, he says, and we've already seen this, so I'm going to go a little fast. Samsara purusharthebhyah yato navyutthitatmane muktyayika sadhanam jnanam datum shakyamidam maya. So he says, it is not possible to give this knowledge, which is the knowledge of seeing oneself as free of sorrow and pain, to the one who is not ready for this knowledge. To the one who is stuck in samsara. I want this, I want that, who's always praying to God, give me, give me, give me, give me this, give me that. Even in America, there is one gospel prayer. Oh Lord, please send me a Mercedes Benz. Oh Lord, please send me one car. Yeah. And after some time, that car becomes bekar. This is what happens to the car. On the way here, I saw one coffee shop. You might have seen if you are coming from Bangalore. I don't know if you saw. It is called Cafe Garage. Have you seen that? Yeah, they know. This Cafe Garage has old cars, bekar cars, all stuck there, on the gate and on the door like this. So the car, how long will it last? It's just a matter of time before car becomes bekar. Bekar means useless. And then, so therefore, these kinds of desires to have this, to have that, to give me this, give me that, give me this, all these things are just not, doesn't give shobha to a mumukshu. And this is not the mumukshu's prayer at all. Mumukshu's prayer should be take away all obstacles in the gain of this knowledge. That is the mumukshu's prayer. And then he says, custom says, Shastra herself says, don't give this to the who is the one who is not a mumukshu. And then he continues further. Amumukshutvam ashankya bhavatyai praditsitam samsarached viraktasi grihananuttamamritam. But no, this is Vartika. I'm taking a little digression. This is Vartika. Very beautiful. So, amumukshu iti ashankya. Suspecting that you are not really a mumukshu. He confesses, I saw you only as a wife who was bringing coffee, hot meals, nice words, who was pressing my legs and doing all kinds of wifely dharmas. Who would have imagined that you are a mumukshu? I never thought of you as a mumukshu. I thought of you as a coffee bringer. Yeah. Because when I looked, coffee was on the side. Again, when I felt little, before I could say I was hungry, you were so dutiful and you just brought the food. Before I could articulate the need, it was already there. And then my leg would pain and you would come press my legs. And you were such an exemplary wife. It never occurred to me that you want this knowledge. He confesses that he, has... That's why his sannyasa was delayed, because he was leaving the role of the husband. He was leaving the husband's role, but that role of the husband is not there in the world. It is carried in the head. And that he himself is going to teach. So he had to drop the role of the husband in how he saw his wife. He has to see his wife as just a regular person in the world who has the desire for this knowledge. So for him also there was a need for this emotional maturity. And this vartalapa, this samvada, benefits him as much as it benefits her. Because here he confesses that he was seeing her just as a wife. And that's why he thought, I'm leaving my wife, she'll be alone, let me give my money to her. And then when she refuses the money, he says, it is very clear, samsarad viraktasi. You have as much vairagya as I do. I was trying to get rid of the money by giving it to you, but you are also wanting to get rid of the money. This is a greater vairagya that then I have ever seen. And then therefore he says, Grihana, please come and receive what? Anuttamam. Grihana, no, not Grihana, Uttamam Amritam. So gain this exalted knowledge of immortality. Please come and gain this knowledge of immortality. Now we have to go back to our text. Where is the text? Your text is in front of you. Mine I am looking for. You are hiding over here. Come. So, then, this is what he says, Number 4 in the text. Sahovacha Yajnavalkyaha Priyabata Are Naha Sati Priyam Bhashase Ehi Asva Vyakhyāsyāmi Te Vyachakshanasya Tume Nididhyasasva Iti. Then he turns all loving. Because before he was a little cut up. Why was he cut up? He just wanted to declare his intention and rush off. Because this is very nicely, the Upanishad knows the psychology of men very nicely. Yeah. Because I think he was little uncomfortable with display of emotions. Yeah. If she turns on the tears, then it will make it harder for him to leave. He didn't want to deal with all that. Because she's going to cry, husband is leaving, oh, don't go. Hey Nath, oh Lord, don't leave me. What will I do? I'm dependent on you. Yeah, he thought she will turn on a fountain. Yeah, what fountain? Which fountain? Tear fountain. Yes. So the dear wife will turn on tear fountain. So he was all cut up. So in the beginning, Udyasyan aham asmad sthana dasmi are maitreyi. He was very business-like. I have divided the property, you'll be fine. Bye. Yeah. No asking permission, nothing. Then when he finds out, she is just like him. Oh, what joy. He's all loving now because there is no chance of misinterpretation because she is nothing but him. She is one with him. And then so all the sweet Sanskrit words, honey, darling, dear, come out here. Yeah. So let us look at that. Let us look at the text now, what we just read. Where is it? Keeps going somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So, now Yajnavalkya turns on very loving. He becomes the loving husband. And then what does he say? Sahovacha. Saha uvacha. Indeed, he said a long time ago. Priya. It's a wonderful time the mic went. Here. Priya bata, oh my honey, oh dearest one. Are nahasati. You are the most beloved thing to me. Priyam bhashase. You speak only loving things to me. And now I'm trying to return the favor. I have not been as loving a husband as you have been a loving wife to me. You see, because his fear that she will stop him has gone because she is just like him. You see? It's like somebody, who is, let's say, this is not this is not the best of examples. Let's say, the marriage, people are, the husband and the wife are not getting along at all. And the husband has decided to get a divorce. Now the difficulty to tell the wife, because how to tell. So with great difficulty he says, you know what, we are really not getting along. We need to move on. And so I'll give you alimony every month and I'm going. And then instead what does she say? Oh my God, thank God, what a relief. And suddenly he's not on the defensive. Oh, you also feel that we are not getting along? Yes, I also feel like, let's part as friends. Let's be friends. In fact, let's worry about the divorce. Let's live together as friends. So, this is a kind of a negative example. But like this, first he thought, she is a samsari. I am a sannyasi. And what do samsari and sannyasi have in common? Come on, show some signs of life. What do they have in common? Say nothing so we can move on. Kya baat hai? After the class there will be time for questions. I'll make the time. Yeah. So, what do the sannyasi and samsari have in common? Nothing. Samsari wants things to be okay within samsara. Sannyasi is okay with everything, including samsara. Sannyasi doesn't see samsara. Sannyasi only sees Bhagavan. She has Ishvarized the whole universe. There is nothing to complain about, nothing to do. No truck. The two are different completely. They belong to different orders of reality. One is interested in the finite, the other in the infinite. One is wanting to keep the status quo going. Status quo means exactly how things are. I want to fight, I want to make up, I want to break up, I want to make up. They want the things to be the same. And the sannyasi, is not wanting to change the world. This is the difference between the sannyasi and the samsari. Samsari is wanting to make the world a little more comfortable to be living in. And that includes changing the people. Many times people get married, because they want to change the other person. Even in arranged marriages. One couple came to me after 50 years. They were celebrating 50th wedding anniversary. And and then I said, okay, what is the secret to your long-lived marriage? And then they said, both of them, they married each other because she looked at him, because they had only one meeting, arranged marriage. And she thought, oh, poor thing, he's so thin and he looks so, maybe his parents are not feeding him. I will cook nice things for him and make him fat and make him healthy. He looked very thin. And then, he didn't know that she was thinking that, and that was her reason for saying yes. And why did he say yes? He said, oh, she looks so helpless, she needs somebody to protect her, therefore I will marry her, And then I asked, so were you able to feed him? No, even today he's the pickiest of eaters, nothing. She has a food blog, She on the internet, she's a famous cook. She has YouTube videos of all kinds of dishes, every single dish in the whole world she can make. Everyone eats it except him, okay? And then, as a rude shock, he found out she needs no protection whatsoever. Yeah. And she's completely independent, doesn't need anything. He wanted to marry somebody who says, oh, can you please get money from the bank? Can you please, come to the room and kill this cockroach? I'm very afraid. And, she was capable. She was so capable. She just took care of the whole universe. And so he was disappointed. And after 50 years of marriage, they understood, after trying, that they could not change each other. This is what the whole thing is. So samsari means the one who is trying to change people, trying to change things, trying to change everything around oneself. This is what is a samsari. Sannyasi is the one who is okay with whatever there is, whatever there isn't. And if he or she is not okay, they will push off. Udyasyan naham asmat snanadasmi. They will quietly push off. They will not make a big, ruckus. They will not have a big argument. They will not say, why didn't you do this? They will just quietly go away somewhere else. That's all. If they are not able to take it, they'll just go away. And so, therefore, the sannyasi and samsari have nothing in common. And that's why he wanted to leave. But then when he found out she is just as much a mumukshu jignasu as himself, he doesn't want to leave now. He's not in a hurry to go at all, because there is nothing to go away from. She is indeed him. So then he says, you are my beloved and you speak so beautifully, you speak so nicely. Before he was saying Udyasyan, now he says Ehi. Ehi means what? Come. Asva, sit right next to me. No, come closer. Put your asana a little closer. I want to put my arm around you, discovering you to be a mumukshu, a jignasu. I'm so thrilled. Ehi, what's the rush? Don't keep standing there. Come closer. Asva, sit down. Take this asanam. Sit down right next to me. And then he says, Vyakhyasmi. I'm going to, Vyakhyasami te, I'm going to tell you this. Vyachakshanasya, and whatever you want to desire to know, I'm going to say this, because you are the most beloved thing to me. Nididhyasasva, listen carefully. Please listen very, very carefully to what I have to say. And then we go back to the Vartika. And then, that this Priya, Bata, everything, that one verse we have seen, then because he praises her. Strinam yaduchitam vakyam pratilomanna bhashase purvavadanukulam tvam idanimapi bhashase. So you have been not only the most exemplary wife, you are now the most exemplary student. So what does the wife do? The wife talks very sweetly and never enrages the husband according to those times they lived in, Yeah. And the husbands also used to be equally worthy of not being enraged because they did not have, anger. They were managing their anger. So then this is how they used to live in ancient times in complete amity. Amity means, living peacefully together because there were certain roles that they followed. Each one followed the certain roles. The husband was not getting mad at the wife, and the wife was not making situations very difficult for the husband to take. So both of them were very mindful of each other's emotions. And then, so he says, as a wife, you were without compare, you were the best wife that anybody could have. This is like a nice closure to the Grihastha ashrama, Nicely, it is closure means, like a nice extended goodbye to Grihastha ashrama that he is saying while welcoming her as a student. And as a student, you have shown me the error of my ways. As a wife, also you showed me the error of taking you for granted in the nicest way possible. And so he says that, and then he praises her some more by talking about a very interesting thing that happens in life in the world. Moksham yantam naram sarve munchanti sahaja api ati bhaktitaya mam tvam mokshepi na jihasasi. Sureshwara at his best here. So the first one is a maxim. Maxim means that which applies to the world. Moksham yantam naram. So the person who is going for moksha. So who is going for moksha? Any person. Let's say any person who says, I don't want this world, I'm leaving. Then what happens? The people leave the person leaving the world. Generally that's what happens. Yeah. You go home and declare to your people, I'm taking sannyasa. They will be so hurt. They will say, I have left you first. Get out of here. This is human psychology. You are leaving me. I'm leaving you before you leave me. Bye. Yeah. So that is one explanation of this first line. Moksham yantam naram munchati sarve janaha. Everybody leaves the person leaving. Okay? The leaving person gets left first. This is the maxim of the world. Or we can also take it as a deeper psychological understanding. And what is that deeper psychological understanding? Is that people are uncomfortable with the desire to go study in a Gurukula. People are very uncomfortable. Yeah. Because Gurukula means what? You're wearing white and you're sitting there. Day in and day out classes. In between you get a little time to wash out the whites. And those whites become grey after a little while. Yeah. You know how long you have been a brahmachari by how grey the whites have become. Yeah. This is how it is. Then what else? Then dal and rice for lunch. And then for dinner what? Rice and dal. Yeah. This is what it is. Unvarying diet. Movies, no restaurants, nothing. And then the people are frightened of your choice. Oh my God, what are you going to do? You are going to go crazy. And you say, no, I want this life. Nobody wants this life. Go away, you are weird. I thought you're a weirdo. I thought you were just like me. In fact, that's why, I became friends with you. Now I'm going to dislike you on Facebook. Yeah. Because I don't have the guts to tell you to your face. So I'll tell you on Facebook, I don't like you, you'll drop. Everybody drops the person who tries to drop the world. This is the maxim of the universe. This is a truism. Yeah. This is the truism. Suddenly you find you are friendless. You say, I'm going for moksha. They say, bye. And suddenly nobody invites you for parties. Oh, you're going for moksha. Why will you want to come to my party? And nobody invites you for birthdays. Nobody invites you for any pujas. Nothing. puja, at least you can invite. No, this is our puja. You don't need to come. You keep doing what you're doing. Suddenly they even forget that you exist. And then Yajnavalkya has understood this, because as soon as he declared his intent, Katyayani said bye, because we don't see Katyayani anywhere. Who is Katyayani? Dvitiya. So Katyayani is not interested. Nobody is interested, and probably all the other people also, dropped him from Facebook account. And then, so he says, all people by their nature, this is the nature of the world. That sahaja means by nature. Moksham yantam naram sarve munchanti. So the person who is a mumukshu, gets an instant test of their vairagya. Why? Because all the near and dear ones, have mumuksha. What mumuksha? To leave the mumukshu. They have mumuksha to leave the mumukshu. Their desire to leave is for what? They desire to be free of you if you are wanting freedom from samsara. And then what? But he says, you have not abandoned me. Ati bhakti taya mam tvam mokshe api na jihasasi. Na jihasasi. Jihasa tyaktum ichha. You see, we have so many. Hatum ichha, jihasa. We have so many, we've had a showcasing of desiderative nouns. Yeah, all of them are feminine. Jihasa, hatum ichha, third conjugation. Yeah, ha, to give up. Tyaktum ichha. And then, so na jihasasi, you are not giving me up. When? Even though I am mokshabhimukham mam. So even though I am facing moksha, you have not given me up. Why? Because you are devoted to me. Ati bhakti taya mam mokshe api. Even in moksha you are sticking with me. That is why you are so dear to me, O Maitreyi. I love you so much, my beloved, he says. And then two other very beautiful verses, putting words in Yajnavalkya's mouth by Sureshwaracharya. So, let us see. Vibhagama sahantiva madati sneha karanat muktavanuyiyasi tvam madaikyatma paripsaya. Very beautiful. Vibhagam asahanti iva. Asahanti means not tolerating. You who is not tolerating. What are you not tolerating? Vibhaga. Vibhaga means what? Separation. Viyoga. So not tolerating the separation from me, as though mad ati sneha karanat. Why? Because on account of great love for me, muktau anuyiyasi. So even in liberation, you wish to follow me. Tvam madaikyatma paripsaya. And so the ipsa here, the desire here is what? Madaikyatmatvam, being one with me. And when he says one with me, he's not talking as husband. He's talking as that one atma, that aham, that is the I in you, which is the I in me. That is what you want to become one with, and you are really now wanting to be one with me, and for this I have the greatest respect for you. That is what he says. And we'll stop here. One more verse we'll see in the next class, because the people have some questions. We will stop here, so you'll have 5-10 minutes for getting some doubts cleared as we go forward. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yeah. So there was one question. What is the difference between Vanaprastha and sannyasa? They are two different things. Vanaprastha is the third ashrama the third sthana, the third stage of life. First one being brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and then finally sannyasa. Sannyasa is actually seen as atyashrama, not even coming under the ashramas, even though they technically count 4 ashramas, actually it is 3, So vanaprastha is when the children grow older and the duties of the husband and the wife are over. Both of them depart to the forest as friends and live in the forest and study with the gurus, and then study and also do lot of upasana for antahkarana shuddhi. And it looks like Maitreyi and Yajnavalkya were already in Vanaprastha from this account. And then dropping of even that final, oneness or friend, that friend Sakhya Bhava with the wife, with the husband, and then going off on their own just to be without any security, without any source of security, and then ritually just putting all the clothes in the river and then taking sannyasa. That is what is there called sannyasa, sannyasa ashrama, and we have seen different kinds of sannyasa. So that is what is the difference between vanaprastha and sannyasa. And nowadays there are no forests to go to. Where will you go? This is how to be a vanaprasthi. You have to have inner vanaprastha. And somebody asked Pujya Swamiji, when should I take vanaprastha? And this elderly couple asked, and his response was wonderful. He said, where are your children? Oh, my son is living with me. Son got married recently. He's living with me, son and daughter-in-law. And so he asked the lady, have you had the first fight with the daughter-in-law? And she said, yes, because this stupid girl keeps putting the sugar in a different place. And I have kept the sugar for 50 years in one place. And she keeps changing it. And then Swamiji said, let her keep the sugar where she wants to keep it. You need to not be attached to where the sugar is. And you need to just go sit in your room and do japa. Oh, I can't do this. Okay, if you can't tolerate, go rent another flat, go there. This is what the whole thing is. Don't get into a skirmish with the next generation. Leave it all to them. Just go, sit with yourself, study, because nowadays there is online classes, there is CDs, there is all kinds of things you can study, and then you just study, be with yourself. And this is the modern vanaprastha. You had a question. Yeah, she didn't agree. She never agreed. Where she said yes.
She didn't agree, but when she said that I want greater knowledge, he must have felt it is implicitly she agreed that he can go.
No, she didn't feel that. Otherwise, he would not have said, hey, he asked for, Priya Bata Naha Sati, my beloved. He wouldn't have said that. So it was not at this point. It was, you see the permission. The permission seeking was a nimitta for this deeper conversation. Nimitta means hetu. It's an excuse. It's an instrument for a deeper conversation that was had. And that conversation is what we need to focus on. Doesn't matter whether it is a moot point, whether he went or not, whether she followed him or not, doesn't matter. He says, you are one with me. Even in moksha, you haven't left me, meaning she is going with him. Anuyayasi, he says, you are following me. You are going with me. So whether she stays or goes, she has already gone with him. Whether he stays or goes, he is already a sannyasi, she is already a sannyasi. In this desire for knowledge. That's what we have to take. Because otherwise, we focus on the story. The story is to help us move to a profound place, a deeper place. The story is an excuse to go deeper. But we don't have to worry, did they go, did he go, what did she give permission? It doesn't matter. Because there's so much more to see here. Well, I wouldn't say that they are the imagination. Because when you say imagination, I'm thinking of Panchadashikara's word manorajya, which is actually a dangerous thing. Imagination means it is no basis. I can imagine I'm flying without sitting in a plane. It's dangerous. Yeah. Especially if I act on it and climb a hill and go flap, flap, flap. Very dangerous. Imagination you cannot act on. I would say that it is his creative interpretation in keeping with what the tradition endorses. Yeah.
So Upanishad is already there and he put all these shlokas in.
Yes. He's exemplifying, embellishing the Upanishad because he's already, he's already saying, Priya bata naha sati, priyam bhashase. All these things he's already saying. So he's elaborating on that by saying, even in moksha, you're not leaving me. Everybody leaves the person who goes for moksha, but you're not leaving me. It's a poetic, creative way of bringing to light the great love they shared for this knowledge. And they loved each other because they loved the Atma. That is what he's bringing out.
So that thin line also is difficult to make out, no? Where the original Upanishad ends and where...
No, that what is the original Upanishad is there. What I'm reading, what is not here is that. Vartika, it's very easy now. In the book, the Vartika is completely separate by itself. We have to see where it corresponds. Ah.
And such a thing is only with Brihadaranyaka or even...
No, he wrote Vartikas. Many other Vartikas he has written. Yeah.
Even other...
Yeah. He's written many Vartikas. Manasollasa he has written. It's a Vartika for Dakshinamurti Stotram. Like that, he's written many Vartikas. Other questions? Anything you didn't understand? Want to know more? Don't feel shy. Ask. Bahudaka. You're interested in taking Bahudaka sannyasa? You're already here by the water. Yeah, definitely. Because there's a whole Bahudaka group of sannyasis living by the rivers. And then and sometimes in extreme vairagya cases, after taking sannyasa, they just enter the water and finish. Yeah, gone. When they feel like their life is coming to an end, their prarabdha is over, they just become one with the udaka. Jala samadhi they take. Jivantam. Yeah. I shouldn't give these ideas. Yeah. Huh? No. Kotichaka means living outside the house in a compound. In the same compound, the people build a little, the household people, maybe the son, daughter-in-law, daughter, son-in-law, whoever, build a little kutia either nearby or next door, and then they take care of they make sure that there is medical assistant and give food and all.
That was my question. What is the difference between Kutichaka sannyasa and Vanaprastha?
No, Kutichaka they have taken the vows. And then they are unable to take care of themselves. Vanaprastha is just living away from the family. Yeah. The household people are encouraged to not see them as a person, Yeah. This frequently happens, when the couples come to the Gurukula and then one of them is ready for sannyasa and the other one is not. And so one of them gets the sannyasa and lives in the ashram. The other one also lives in a separate room in the ashram and, and may take care of the previous husband or wife or something. But they are encouraged to not look upon them as that. They have to address them as Swamiji, Swaminiji and just take care of them or whatever they want to do. They are welcome to do, but they have to relate to them separately. Yeah. Yeah, Rishi is Rishati Janati iti Rishihi. Rishati means Janati, the one who knows and knows what? Knows a lot of things in terms of how the laws of Ishvara work, how the laws of the world work. They are able to through the power of their studies, their concentration, their focus, their meditation, they have gained, a say over the Panchabhutas, over the five elements and how they work. They have great powers. They have, like for example, Vasishtha and what was that cow? Kamadhenu. He could command the cow to just give food whenever anybody came. Same thing Vishwamitra wanted. Vishwamitra says, give me this. She didn't give. Yeah, because he lacked the vairagya. So like this, they are, but they may not have Atmajnanam. They may or may not have Atmajnanam. And this is illustrated in Yajnavalkya's case. Even though he's such a rishi, he still has to go to the forest to do the Dridikaranam of the Atmajnanam.